Why is watching magic shows impermissible? So, magic shows, I assume you mean, Allah. I mean, there's different types of magic, isn't there? Magic is the real form of magic, of what you'd call black magic. That's haram because it entails it's a sin, and engaging in it is a sin. So you're watching someone do something like this, um, and it's something that's used directly to harm someone or something like this. But other forms of magic, which in Arabic is called sha'witha, which is in English you say sleight of hand. Where someone plays a trick, they'll hide the coin between their fingers and pull it out from behind someone's ears or whatever they do. These sorts of things. um, that's I believe it's makruh tanzihi, I believe. Uh, Engaging in that, it's not recommended. All of it is considered to be batil. Some scholars have discussed e- elements of, let's say, magic within stories, especially when there's a strong moral code, there's a strong dark or evil side and strong good side. That can be beneficial in children and in adults, in seeing things, in terms of good and evil, in terms of developing a morality, right? And if it's always about the anti-hero, he's really bad but he does some good things, whatever, then especially with children, when they see things like this, they don't develop this strong sense of good and bad. And it's very important for people to have that, because when everything's gray, nothing that's wrong is ever addressed. Well, maybe they've got this argument, well, maybe they've got that argument. I mean, just look at what they've been doing in Palestine over the last almost year now, right? And most of the what they call the legacy media, most of the TV channels and their news, for months just excusing it. Oh yeah, but they had to, and they're doing this, they're doing that. All these flimsy false excuses, when really what's been unfolding for all this time is just the murder and the butchering of civilians, right? We're under the pretext, right, of going after someone else. And people just been watching it casually, right? And there's people who've been defending it, and let alone all the other crimes that have been happening. People have been saying, yeah, no, this is fine, what's wrong with this, and they deserve it, and these sorts of comments. And so what we have seen is that there are people who do have a strong sense of morality, and they've seen, no, this is wrong. It doesn't matter what color the victim's eyes and skin and hair is. It's wrong. And that it's so funny, right? That, well, not even funny, right? It's actually, yeah, A'udhu billah. I mean, if you look at the, just months before, the same things, things that are much less severe that were done elsewhere, like in the Ukraine, or it's so horrific, crimes against humanity. And then on the other side, right, because they're selling bombs to them, they're like, oh, this is, it's an unavoidable aspect of war, and this. It's not even a war; it's just butchering of defenseless people. So Allah protect us. So so with the shower, the sleight of hand, it would just be considered wasting time. Right? Find a better activity, find something else. And if it's something you're going watching something about the occult, then it's aggrandizing something that's clearly haram. So there would be an issue there. Um, and then there remains this element of other stories, like people talk about Harry Potter and these sorts of things, and I believe that there's a benefit to be gained from those stories of this morality element. And in our times, you know how many people sit down and say, right, I'm going to tell you about Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab and Abu Jahl. Most people can't, so the kids can't relate to it, but they can relate to something where there's clear good and clear bad, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله